We're on the road still. The Champions League is back and we are ready to take on Dortmund in the first leg of the knockout stages. Some games have already been played. Barcelona have lost to Man City at the Nou Camp. Coutinho getting sent off in the 90th minute. Aguero with the first and only goal, that away goal in the 45th minute. So advantage Man City going into the second leg at the Etihad. Let's have a look at Dortmund then. Let's see how their players have been performing so far this season in all competitions, mainly the Bundesliga. Standout players really got to be Axel Witsel. Well, not so much looking at his stats, but he's certainly a player that can have an impact on a game. He's only scored the 1 goal and 2 assists. Marco Reus, a little bit better from him. 21 appearances, 11 goals, 7 assists with a 7.51 rating. I think he's been Dortmund's best player so far. Paco Alcacer, who's currently on loan, has 13 goals from 26 appearances. Jadon Sancho, one of the best wonder kids around at the moment, with a 7.09 rating, 5 appearances and just 1 goal and 2 assists. Their best performer then is Marco Reus and Hakimi, who I'm sure will be starting against us. They're 5th in the Bundesliga at the moment. They're not doing the best, are they? They're a couple of points behind Hanover, who currently occupy 4th. Bayern Munich leading the race by 7 points in the Bundesliga. So Marco Reus is the best player so far, going by average rating in Germany. So no doubt he'll be starting against us. He'll be looking to cause us as many problems as possible in this first leg, and it's even trickier for them, seeing that we've got that slight advantage playing away in the first leg. So they've got no team news, whereas we're without Marcus Rashford and Ander Herrera, but we were without those two for our last game against Chelsea, and we managed to come out on top in that game. So business as usual for Manchester United. Now, team selection. Ashley Young is going to start this game for Dalot, who failed to impress at Stamford Bridge. Now, we've got Swansea in a couple of days, so we've got to be careful of players' fitnesses and conditioning. I think we can carry on with Bain Lindelof. We can get away with that. I will be rotating for that game against Swansea. We do have McTominay. I'm going to put Valencia on the bench. We'll leave Dalot out for this game completely. He'll start against Swansea then. Our tactic, again, cautious. All I seem to be playing with at the moment with all these away games. We're going to be regrouping, counter as well when possession has been won. And at possession we're going to be going with standard defensive line and a higher line of management with a standard pressing intensity. And I'm actually going to up that to wide, our defensive width. And as Dortmund, I think they pride themselves on their wing play, especially this season. All things going through Marco Reus, one of their top goal scorers. So, teams are warming up. Let's have a look at the teams then. So, Hitz does start in goal. Surprised Berkey doesn't. Sancho and Goetze do start on the bench as well as Pulisic. Hakimi starts at right back. It's Wolf and Reus as captain. Alcacer, their top goal scorer so far. Axel Witsel and Delaney start in central midfield. I think that's a back four that we can get at. I don't really see that much of a problem. And Hitz hasn't made that many appearances this season for Dortmund. Whereas for United, you know the lineup. Here we go then. It's Dortmund that get things underway here at the Signal Iduna Park for the first leg of the Champions League knockout stages. Been looking forward to this one. Seems like such a long time since we were playing in the Champions League. Inter Milan already a goal to the good against Porto. A goal coming through Icardi there in the 2nd minute. Not much happening here at the moment, here in Germany. Normally I'd be thinking to myself, if Dortmund are in really good form in the league, I'd be looking to maybe get just maybe a 0-0 draw and take this back to Old Trafford, because I'm confident going to Old Trafford, we're pretty much unbeaten there. It is a fortress. But seeing that Dortmund, they're 5th, some of their players seem to be underperforming. I'm quite confident heading into this first leg, even being at the Signal Iduna Park, which can be quite the imposing... Oh, that's a really good ball to find Martial from David De Gea. It's in for Jesse Lingard. And again, just took a bit too much time there on the ball. I thought he was going to have another crack on the rebound. But obviously not. Here is Marouane Fellaini. But yeah, the Signal Iduna Park with the yellow wall is quite the imposing ground, isn't it? Can be quite the off-putter for some teams. But we've been here before, Manchester United. Here is Paul Pogba. It's a good save from Hiltz. Is it Hitz or Hiltz? I'm quite sure how you pronounce it. Here is Lingard then with the corner. Looking for Romelu Lukaku. Just not enough swerve on the ball. But we've already made our intentions known here against Dortmund. 3 shots, 2 on target. Now Gary Neville and my assistant manager did say in the team meeting that if we can go in hard on Hakimi, he will go missing. So we're going to focus our play down the left side. Just like that Chelsea game, we're going to get Anthony Martial one-on-one with Hakimi and see if we can force him to absolutely crumble. Inter Milan gone 2-0 up against Porto. Icardi on the score sheet again. He's on for a hat-trick now. With just 30 minutes gone. Nemanja Matic in trouble there. No, just a warning from the referee, I think. Not much happening. Oh, he's on a yellow card. Alright. Took the ref quite some time there to make his mind up, didn't it? Here is Eric Bailly then. Short pass to Fellaini. Matic going to have to be careful now. That's a really good ball from Bailly to find Lingard, who kept it alive. And what a ball that is to find Romelu Lukaku, who does make it 1-0. It's a away goal for Manchester United. A devastating counter-attack. Look at Lingard, how well he keeps that in. Not quite sure what happens here. Almost went out. Asked a bit too much of Lingard to Eric Bailly. But Lingard did really well to keep it in. And he did really well to find that through ball for Lukaku to latch onto. Where are all the fans? Where's the yellow wall? They don't seem to have turned up, do they? But it's 1-0 to United. And not far from the break. Even though I want them to be focusing their play down the left side, it came through Lingard, who's on the right, obviously. There's Marco Reus sitting quite deep here. That's a Witsel. Lukaku putting them under some pressure here. Trying to force a mistake. Here is Wolf. Hakimi to Witsel. Akanji, Diallo, out wide to Guerrero. Guerrero! And it's a comfortable save for David De Gea. Not the most powerful of shots, was it? Hakimi down to 6.6 now. Wouldn't be surprised if they take him off at half time. We'll keep an eye out for that. We've got a minute added on here. Still 1-0 to United. They've only had 1 shot on target. So there we go. That is the first 45. Martial, though, lost possession more than any other player on the team. But saying that, he does seem to be working on Hakimi, breaking him down slowly. Now, Matic did have a solid first half, but we're just going to tell him to calm things down and to watch his step to avoid another bucking and getting sent off. We can make do without him. Actually, he's on 5 cards now, isn't he, in the Champions League? So we probably will miss the second leg at Old Trafford against Dortmund. But we do have good cover in Fred and Andreas Pereira. We are without Herrera, of course. We should be able to see Dortmund off, though, in the second leg if we can keep it at 1-0 here. Things seem to be going comfortably at the moment. There's nothing that's worrying me about Dortmund. I mean, Alcacer's down to... We've got a free kick here. Paul Pogba went with the swerve and almost found the top corner. Alcacer, their top goal scorer, down to 6 point... Well, it's just gone up to 6.4, but he was down to 6.3. Marco Reus failing as well. So is Wolf. They'll be making a change in a minute. Definitely. And they do have good options on the bench. And that's a Akanji that's just gone into the referee's book. They have Sancho, they have Goetze, they have Pulisic. There is Nemanja Matic now. Finds Marouane Fellaini. Matic looking for Ashley Young out wide. He's got in the way. Matic should have passed it to Young. That's a really good ball forwards again from Eric Bailly. There's Marco Reus now. Fellaini going to look to get stuck in here. Nice play between Reus and Guerrero. Could lead to a goal for Dortmund, but David De Gea, incredible. World class once again. Keeping that clean sheet, keeping United in the lead. We've had another player go into the referee's book. We've got a throw here. Ashley Young takes, finds Romelu Lukaku. Ashley Young swings it in and finds Paul Pogba, who gets his 8th goal of the season right on the hour mark. It's 2-0 to Manchester United, and the game is almost out of sight for Dortmund. It's going from bad to worse. I mean, look at that. That's easy as anything. What is Diallo doing? It's like he's just admiring Paul Pogba's presence of being in front of him and just heading that past his keeper. It's poor, really. Hakimi down to 6.5. They have made a change. Royce with the free kick goes wide. They have brought on Mario Götze. What can he bring to the table for Dortmund? Paco Alcacer not having much service in front of goal for Dortmund today. We're going to make a change. We're going to take off Martial, and hopefully in the remaining minutes of this game we're going to absolutely destroy Hakimi, who's going to have to deal with a fresh Alexis Sanchez now. This will be interesting. How will Dortmund play this out? Sancho has come on then for Marco Reus. This is their wonder kid. The age of, I think, is it 18? 19? Let's see how he gets on the big stage then, when they need him the most. Here is Jesse Lingard. Fellaini. Nemanja Matic. Here is Paul Pogba. 8 goals scored this season. Sanchez now playing a bit narrow. Matic out wide, finds Young perfectly. Young swings it in, looking for Lukaku, and Pogba has a go as well, looking to get his 2nd goal of the game, and he's denied. He's denied by the Dortmund keeper. Still 2-0. Witsel on a yellow card. They're just going in now, flying into challenges, picking up yellow cards. Seems as though they've lost their head now, Dortmund. They're 2 goals down. They're rushing, they're panicking. They've brought on Christian Pulisic now for Marius Wolf. Some good changes there. Expected changes as well. Götze, Pulisic and Sancho. I'm surprised one of those didn't start. Lingard does well to intercept that. Great anticipation. Into Lukaku. It should be 3 or 4. The chances we've had in that 6-yard box. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to take off Matic now. Getting a bit out of hand, and I fear that Matic is going to get sent off, and I don't want to go down to 10 men. Porto, though, they've gone down to 10 men in their game against Inter Milan. It's 4-2 there, though. They've done well to turn things around. At least get 2 away goals in their first leg. Goals coming from Otavio and George. Now Dortmund, they've gone with 4 up top, and 4-2-3-1. And you can see with the way they've set that formation, they're quite cautious still. They don't want to concede anymore. Guerrero with the free kick. It's not worrying De Gea. I think he probably could have left that as well. It was going wide. We've got a couple more minutes of the game. Here in the Champions League first leg. Guerrero with the throw. Here is Mario Götze. Guerrero. It's Witsel. And again, it's easy for De Gea. He wants that clean sheet today. Right wide to Bailly. And just messing with Dortmund now. Back to David De Gea. Careful now. De Gea just playing with Dortmund at the moment. Oh my word. And he finds Shaw as well. That's brilliant. That is world class. And there is the full time whistle from the referee. It's finished 2-0 to Manchester United. Advantage to United as well. 2 away goals and a clean sheet for David De Gea, who's hasn't really had much to be worried about in today's game. He hasn't had too much to do in between the posts for United, picking up a 7.0 rating. I'm going to be passionate is a good, solid 2-0 away win against Dortmund. Inter Milan did go on to beat Porto 4-2 in their game, with Asamoah and Balde also on the score sheet. But there we go, quality finishing the difference at the Signal Iduna Park between Dortmund and Manchester United. Really impressed with that, and Paul Pogba, man of the match. So up next then for United, we've got Swansea in the FA Cup 5th round. I'm going to go and play that off camera, and then for the next episode we will be back for the Carabao Cup final at Wembley against Spurs. It's the first piece of competitive silverware up for grabs. It is an episode not to be missed, and I hope to see you all there. But for now, that's it for this one. Hope you've enjoyed. See you soon.